So hello, my name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Althea Lucrezia Avanzo, I hope I got that right, on preparing for 11/11 and light language transmission. So Althea is a light language channeler, Galactic Contact, Akashic and Psychic Healer, Reiki Practitioner, Kundalini Yoga teacher, Tarot Divination Astrologer. Born in Italy, Milan actually. She's traveled the world before eventually settling in South Africa, and her website is althealucrezia.com, and there'll be a link going out with that. So hi, Althea.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. So you've traveled around quite a bit. Can you say something about all this traveling? Was it part of your awakening journey?
Yes and no. That's a very interesting question. So it was obviously always part of my experience, and I actually fully relocated to South Africa when I was in my early 20s. And it was very interesting because my family was also divinely guided to relocate here and buy a house in a very remote part of the north of South Africa, near the Kruger National Park. And I didn't understand why for so many years. I was located in Cape Town, and then eventually during the lockdown, I went to stay with them, and I knew this all along, but it then kind of like re-anchored in. There is basically this space which is about, I think, 75 to 100,000 years old, and it's the earliest structure known to be man-built, and it's like a Stonehenge, basically. That's what it looks like, and it's kind of like it's a clock that sets time, and it's in alignment with the planets and the constellations. And so my whole family was actually relocated there so that I could actually do work in this specific area of the world. And then when I started traveling more for work, I was sent in India to do work. I will do grid work and work on ley lines and activate dormant points and bring codes that assist in activating the earth so that we can restore the organic timeline and accelerate the ascension and awakening process.
How do you feel that's going with the grid work? Because I know there's a lot of people around the world doing that work. How do you feel the ascension process is going in terms of the earth energy?
So I think that more and more people are assisting and more people are actually understanding. I don't think that, I mean, it can be as simple as you traveling with your light and connecting with people. And even just by doing that, you're assisting the grid of the planet, you know? You don't even necessarily have to intentionally go and do grid work. Like sometimes for me, it's enough to literally land in a place and my frequency anchors there. And just by anchoring there, like I'm activating DNA within me. And as a consequence, the earth is activating itself. It's like a symbiotic, like give and take connection. I think a lot of people are doing more and more work, and I think it's, really, really amazing. I do think that a lot of places have a lot of low vibrational frequency karma attached to them.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, you can get to places and it can be really difficult to settle in or to anchor. Like, I mean, I know this is quite like basic, but I was in Vegas in July and it was very, very dense. I
Yeah.
personally find that I adapt quite quickly. Like, it usually takes me a maximum of 24 to 48 hours to recalibrate my system where I'm at, and then I'll be okay. But I will feel that initial density when I'm like landing from the airplane or when I'm almost in the space. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting like area of our line of work, because like most of the time I just get sent to a place I don't even know what I'm doing until I get there. Like I just it's just trust, kind of like go. Like we were talking about Glastonbury, I haven't planned too much because I'll probably end up there. And then when I'm there, they'll say, okay, you need to go to this well and like channel some code and clear this. I was in Ibiza with my partner and I was sent to this other like place to do some clearing there. And I kind of like wing it when I'm there sometimes. Sometimes I know precise and set things, but most of the time I'm just there and like at the moment okay, this is what I need to do.
Amazing. So we have this ascension, as we know, we're both enmeshed in the ascension process. And there's these gateways. Some of them are very powerful. I think we've spoken before on this, the 8-8, but also the 11-11. And this is one we're talking about today. How do you feel this 11-11 gateway?
So for me, like 11 is a very powerful number. And I think it's really amplified this year because we are in a year, there's a number 9, 2025. So it's like culmination, finishing, ending, and we're moving to 2026, which is a number 1. So I feel that that like really amplifies it more. And this is what I always say, you know, when people associate portals to specific things, I say, it really is what you make of it because you are a master co-creator being and it's your energy, you know. So these are just energetics that are coming through, but it's really up to you to amplify it for whatever is needed for you at that moment in time. You can use it, you know, for your highest service and for your greatest good. Or you can, you know, be put through like intense experiences if that's what you're meant to be navigating at that moment in time. But I find that generally towards the end of the year, it's a lot of stuff that comes up that people didn't really want to deal with, you know, throughout the year, or maybe sometimes like stress or not feeling that you are where you're supposed to be, you know, in your life. Or, and again, end of the year, family, seeing family triggers, you know, like things come up
Mm.
with family that you maybe haven't seen in a whole year. And then there's a whole other aspect and level of yourself that you need to observe. I generally like the advice that I usually give during portals is like rest, integrate, go to an online event like the one that we're doing on the 11/11 called Galactic Conference, so that you're in a secure, safe space and you can actually do the work consciously so that it doesn't get kind of like thrown in your face unexpectedly.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that conference in a bit. But first, I want to ask you about light language, the phenomenon. There are just so many different styles, so many different, you know, I've heard lots of it and it sounds, some of it similar, some of it different. What about this whole light language phenomenon?
So I think for me, it was very interesting. I started sharing like language videos back in 2017, and it really wasn't like a big thing online. There were
Yeah.
maybe like 10 channelers, and like it was a very big like process and ego death for me to start doing that because I was like, people are gonna think I'm mad, you know. And now
Yeah.
there's like tens of thousands, maybe even more.
Yeah.
So the way I understand it is it's basically a galactically channeled vibrational frequency. So it works beyond the constraints of space and time. I see it as an evolution of what would be your standard Reiki energy healing, basically. It's the new technology that's coming in to assist the collective within the ascension and awakening process, but it is infused with the individual's sovereign imprint when it's channeled. So, what does that mean? It means that, so for me, I work with two higher versions of myself. Once a ninth dimensional Pleiadian being, once a 12th dimensional mantis being. And these beings come through me and are integrated within my system and energy field, and the light language is infused with their energy. But it can be expressed in, you know, dance, song, movement, written, spoken. It's not really a language that can be translated verbatim, like word by word. It's more like a feeling, a knowing, an understanding. And I think the clarity of the channel is directly proportionate to the depths to which the channeler has met itself. So there's a lot of channelers out there who are channeling information, but they don't really know what's coming through or how to use it. I think it's a great tool. I think it must be used like every tool, you know, like with wisdom and respect.
Do you know what's coming through you and the intention of it when it comes through?
Yeah. Yeah, so my channel's like pretty nicely integrated and embodied. I've also learned, and I had I did a talk about this 2 years ago at the expo. So it's not just one channel, even the channel operates on a multidimensional level. So for me, when I'm channeling collectively, I'll be tapping into one modality. When I'm channeling for myself, it'll be different. When I'm channeling for a client, it's different than when I'm channeling for a family member, it's different. So within the channel, there's multidimensional aspects of that as well. So for me, I can set an intention, but if what's meant to come through is something completely different, that's what's going to come through. It's a full surrender, and it requires like a level of non-attachment. And it's almost like, and this is another example that I sometimes give. So with me, it's they from higher, they're always like telling me it's not about me. It's not about my person. Like, yes, I'll come on, I'll have my red hair and my tattoos, but it's about the channel. So my personal belief system, whatever I have, takes a step back. And whatever is meant to come through, comes through. And I think that's where sometimes maybe people struggle a little bit, with their own discernment. But yeah, I'll always know what it is that's coming through and what the information is and what I'm channeling. And for me, I channel and you'll see when I channel in light language and English. So I switch between the two while I'm bringing through codes.
Oh, okay. And when you're channeling the Mantis 12th dimension or the Pleiadian ninth dimension, do they stay true to one channel, or do you mix? Does it mix sometimes?
They do overlap. Yeah, they tend to overlap. The mantis being is very connected to my Atlantean timelines. And so with the mantis, it'll be a bit more technology and it'll often be more written codes.
Oh, okay. And the Pleiadian, what does that come? What's the?
The Pleiadian is a more like, I don't want to say more heart because they're both heart centered, but the Pleiadian would be the more like the healing, the expansion, the activation. Meanwhile, the mantis will be the more like mathematical upgrade of the blueprint structure.
Oh, okay. Wow. Amazing. Well, before you're going to do a transmission for us, but before that, I want you to say something about the Galactic Conference for the 11/11. I'm a part of it, but what's happening there?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for choosing to be a part of this amazing experience. So we've got about 7 speakers that are coming that will be talking. It's starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's $55 for a ticket, and you will have access to the recording if the ticket is bought before the end of the event. So Steve will be talking. We have Debbie Solaris on. We have Sarah Breskman Cosme, who is going to be speaking about the Atlantean lifetimes. Then there's me talking as well. And then we've got the guys from Conscious Life Expo that will be on too, which I'm really, really, really excited to have on because they'll be talking about their mission. The guys from Galactic Federation of Light will be on as well. We've got Tony Ganzi, the Ontarian Heart, who speaks with the Mantis Collective, and we've got Neil Gore, also from Portal to Ascension, who will be talking. And Neil was on the last one as well, on the 8/8, and he had a PowerPoint presentation, which blew my mind when I was listening to it. And then we have Debbie Dashinger, who's our host and shamanic practitioner, who will be kind of holding the event. And the nice thing is that if you're online, you can get to ask questions. We'll have a 10-minute Q&A time allocated for each one of the speakers. And the event theme is called Portal of Remembrance. That's what came through when the event was kind of shown to me, and it'll have a lot of DNA activations. There'll be a lot of information that you guys can use to help you so that you can navigate these times, with more ease and grace.
Amazing. And I'll put links out with this podcast. So, Althea, I'm going to pass it over to you for some light language experience.
Sure. Okay. So you can just close your eyes and start anchoring into the body as you find your comfortable breathing rhythm. With every inhale, you breathe in light. And with every exhale, you release all that doesn't serve you anymore. As you relax body, system, and energy field, you stay in a space of openness and oneness. And as we call on the Archangelic Collective, Michael to the south, Uriel to the north, Raphael to the east, and Gabriel to the west, we call on Archangel Metatron with his blue cloak of protection from above and Sandalphon to seal the grid from below. So we call on our higher selves as spirit guides, our galactic families, Pleiadians, Lyrans, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Mantis beings, Wallabians, Dragons, and Sasanis, Lemurians, and Atlanteans. And anyone else who wishes to be present for the greatest and highest good, you're welcome in the space. Trat kreo korokora ishinaya trat tre korokot krai shinaya tra opening systems, opening korokot krasia reshit korokua ishinaya tra trat kreatero korokot krasia shiraya tro korokot krasia ratik roishinaya tra trika opening expanding korokorotiera tra anchoring releasing, letting go. letting go, letting go, letting go, decorny, tangling, removing, surrendering to more light, divine rays, anchoring, rat kriya sirukukut kraya shirayat kuroishinayat ra triatre orokut krat kre aishinara tre achkiera trat kuroishinayat ra releasing, letting go, letting go of all that doesn't serve you, clear, release, opening, expanding, attuning to more light, divine rays, anchoring into systems, anchoring, clean, releasing, Shkruat kreatere kurukota rat kroasiena tarati ishenayatra shkrukut krai ishenayatre aset kura ishenaya shkrukura ishenayatra kreo kurukut kai ishenayatra te kurukchitakara iserayatre trokut tuning nervous system siatu kurukut tata ishenayatra triatre kurukut krasi ashianaratra shiaratre atre kurukut kra yasiet kuruku ait kreasiet ish activating more light, divine rays, spinal column, activating vertebrae, activating more light, divine rays, anchoring, being releasing blood circulation, clearing toxins, releasing, letting go, releasing old emotions, clearing shame, guilt, anger, fear, resentment. We let go, making room for more light, divine rays, anchoring, aurora rays, rainbow rays, anchoring, platinum rays, platinum white light, rays, anchoring, golden rays of light. We anchor, expanding systems, expanding, clean, releasing, opening up the throat, celestial rays coming in, anchoring into throat, expanding more light, connecting higher heart, expanding heart and throat connection, activating more light, divine rays, anchoring, opening up into cranial structure, ceiling, clean peripheral, clean, releasing, surrender, grounding, anchoring, aligning, attuning, aligning, attuning, aligning, grounding, anchoring, closing, sealing, closing, sealing, closing, closing, shukurukut kara ishinayatra, shukurukuat krekeke ishinayatra, shukurukut kara ishinayatra, trekuruku ishinayatra, trekurukut kara ishinayatra, trekar ura tre atre ishinatakra. Shurukut kura ishinayatra, tratrat kuruku ishinayatra, kuruku ishinayatra, isharayatra, kurukut kara ishinayatra, shukurukut kara ishinatra. Kurukuania shira tra kurukua ishinayatra, tre kurukuna ishinayatra, karakisa ishino kurukuta ishinayatra, kaishino kurukua ishinatra, takaishino kuku ishinatra, kurukuani ishinayatra. You can gently start coming back to the body. How are you feeling?
Great.
Amazing.
I can feel it. I felt it passing through me. Wow, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Althea, thank you for joining me. We'll meet in Glastonbury. I'll meet in the 11/11 conference and then Glastonbury next year.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me. And for everyone who's listening, like for this activation, take your time, rest, integrate, stay in your space, and just know that, you might have things come up. You might feel like a bit emotional. You might feel like a little bit lightheaded and dizzy. Just surrender into the process. Don't try to understand, like allow.